geography as usual. So I want us first to make a review of what we had covered the other time. Remember when we stopped, we were looking at elements of weather. Do you still remember? Do you still remember where we stopped? We had looked at different types of elements of weather. I want to see those people who can still remember the different elements of weather we had talked about. By show of hands, yes, Jotham? Jotham?
Yes, madam.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Which element do you still remember that we looked at?
Rainfall.
Very good. We looked at rainfall. We looked at how it is measured. Mary Angela, apart from rainfall, what else did we look at? Mary Angela. Mary Angela?
Teacher, sunshine.
Yes. Very good. We looked at sunshine, and we also looked at the instrument used to measure sunshine. Yes, Sadiq. Sadiq?
Yeah, cloud cover. Cloud cover.
We talked about cloud cover. We did not talk about how it is measured and what else? Rainfall, sunshine, cloud cover. Yes, now we just zoom in.
Temperature.
Very good. We looked at temperature. That is very good. Members, I'm sure you still know how to describe those things. Then Marissa Kisache. What other type of element of weather? Yes, Noreen? Noreen?
Yes. Temperature.
Temperature already mentioned, thank you. Bracing.
Teacher, humidity.
Bracings?
Yes, teacher.
What else did we look at?
Humidity.
Very good, humidity. So all those ones you have mentioned, we say they are elements of weather. And we said that weather refers to the condition of atmosphere for a short period of time. So today, members, I sent you on our Google Classroom. I uploaded the NCDC book, Geography textbook. I don't know how many of you have seen it. How many of you have seen Geography textbook? Yes, Mary. Mary, have you seen it? Mary? Mary Angela? Mary Angela? Sadiq, have you seen that textbook? There is someone making a noise. Kindly, please help us. Hello?
Yes, madam.
Those people are making noise. So I was asking that I uploaded the NCD textbook for geography on our Google Classroom, and I was saying how many people have seen it. Shadiq, have you seen it? Shadiq? Shadiq, your hand is up. So today, I want us to look at a topic called clouds. And as you have mentioned, clouds is one of the elements of weather. So members, today, before I put on what I've prepared, I want kindly, those who can access the book, it is on our Google Classroom. You go there, you open that book, the learner's book, and you go to the topic under weather and climate, and you open clouds. What I'm going to tell you, everything is there. So today I want you to go outside. Today we are not going to remain seated in one place. It's like a field work. Members, can you hear me? Hello? Shadik, can you hear me? Shadik. Shadik's hand is ever up, but he's not talking. Yes, Tendo. Tendo? Yes, Jonathan. Jonathan to message. Can you hear me?
Yes, madam.
Very good. So today we are going to carry out a field work. We are not going to study in our sitting rooms. We are not going to remain seated in our sitting rooms. Our topic is clouds. So before I say anything, I want you to go out. Members, can you hear me?
Yes,
I want you to go, yes, I want you to go out and you observe the weather outside. And when you are observing mainly, I want you to look at the clouds outside. From our primary, we had studied about types of clouds. Isn't it? So when you go out, depending on the weather of your place, you will be able, Tendo, you have not put off your video. Tendo.
Yes, teacher.
Tendo, can you please put off your video? Kindly. Thank you. So I want you to go out, outside your sitting rooms, and you observe what is outside. And I'm sure everyone of us is going to come up with a different answer, because we said weather changes depending on time and even different places. It cannot be the same all through. So members, I want you to go out. You observe the weather outside, and mainly you look at the cloud cover. How is it in your place? Today we are going to carry out field work. You know, field work is studying from outside the class. When you go outside, I want you to describe the appearance of the clouds. Get a paper, go outside, you look at the clouds, and you just describe the appearance. I'm giving you 10 minutes. You just go outside, even 5 minutes are enough. I can see some people's hand up. Tendo. Tendo. Yes, Tendo. Blessings. Blessing?
Yes, teacher.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Have you accessed the book on the Google Classroom, Learner's book?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
You go to Google Classroom, Senior 1. I've uploaded that book, Learner's Book, Geography. And you open page 68. So when you get there, I want you to go outside, look at the clouds. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Look outside. And when you come back, you describe the appearance of the clouds in your area. And I've told you, weather cannot be the same all through. For example, it cannot be the same in the whole of Uganda. So that's why I want you to describe for me what you see outside. Very good. I can see people's hands are already up. Let me see. Today we are outside, we are in the field, and we are observing the clouds outside. So what have you seen? What have you seen from outside? What have you seen from outside? Yes, Blessing. Blessing? Blessing's hand is up but cannot talk. Let me ask Avia. Yes, Avia. Avia, are you outside, members, or you are just seated comfortably in your chairs? Yes, Melody. Melody?
Yes,
Proceed.
sir.
Who can tell me what you have got from outside?
Teacher,
Yes?
at our place, the clouds appear to be Nimbus clouds.
Tell me. How is it in your place? Yes.
They are Nimbus clouds and it's threatening to rain.
Where are you? Where are you first? Where are you? Where are you?
I am in Gayaza.
You first tell me your name because I cannot. I've failed to read your name. What is your name?
My name is Adikini.
What is your name?
My name is Adikini Petronella.
Adikini Petra. Exactly.
Okay.
I had failed to read it. Adikini is in Gayaza. Petronella. Okay. Adikini is in Gayaza. What is there?
The cloud. They are Nimbus
You tell
clouds.
us about the clouds there. Adikini.
The clouds are very thick and they are Nimbus clouds and
Very
it's
good.
threatening.
They are Nimbus clouds. Yes.
It's threatening to rain.
They are very good. Thank you. Thank you, Adikini. Adikini is saying she's in Gayaza. And in Gayaza, she's seeing Nimbus clouds outside. They are thick. And it is threatening to rain. Thank you. Thank you, Adikini. Then we have Rest. Rest is saying, Rest don't know where you are, but Rest is saying in her place, they are brewer, some white stuff. Very good. Brewer clouds and have some white stuff. Thank you. Let me see another one. Yes. Okay, Rest is saying she have brewer clouds and white write in stuff. We shall come to a conclusion and we describe them very well. I really thank you, those people who are participating. Let me see. Saying, teacher, for me, this ends in blessing of where are you? Members, I told you, you download that geography book. It is already, it has been sent to the chat, so you can download it. You can download it, it's already there. You can download it. And I told you it is page 68. Now I go back to the answers. Thank you. We have Alum. We have Reste was saying she was in Chiboga. Thank you, Reste. Then Jonathan, I've read Jonathan's concern. But let me first, Amanya Tricia is saying in their press, if you can tell me where you are. Amanya Tricia is saying in their press, there are Cirrus Clouds. Thank you. Thank you. Then let me go to those people who are putting up their hands. Those were from your chat. Then we have Ayawale Timothy. Timothy is in Imbarara. Timothy is saying that most of the clouds are blue and white ones. And white ones are scarce. Very good. They are blue clouds and most of them are white. The most ones are blue and then the white ones are scarce. Thank you, Timothy. And Timothy is in Imbarara. Members, you can see, as I have told you, the clouds cannot be the same. They are different in different areas. Let me hear from Maya. Yes, Maya. Maya, can you tell us where are you and how is it in your area?
In my
yes, Maya?
area.
Yes.
In my area, it has Nimbus Clouds.
Nimbus Clouds, where are you?
I'm here in Ginger.
You are in Ginger, yes? Yes. Ginger has
It
Nimbus
has Nimbus
Clouds
and it wants to rain.
and it's threatening to rain. Thank you.
Yes.
So members, from the answers given, we can see that clouds have their clouds are different in different areas depending on the weather. So in Ginger we have Nimbus clouds. In Chiboga they are clear blue clouds. In Mbarara they are blue clouds. So now members, I've told you that from your primary we learned the different types of clouds. You can hear members who are telling me Nimbus, others are saying Cirrus, others are telling us all those types of clouds. Now, I want us to watch the video that I'm going to put on the screen. Members, kindly listen to the video. It will give us the different types of clouds. It will show us their height and how they appear. So now let us listen to the video. We listen to the video. I'm just trying to put it up for you. I'm just trying to share the video. And I want you just to listen to it.
And also to be able to identify the different types of clouds. Everybody, in this video we're going to be looking at clouds. and specifically how they are formed, and also to be able to identify the different types of clouds. So, although clouds look like they might be gas, they are in fact not.
Excuse me, can you hear that video? Avia?
Yes, teacher.
Can
Yes.
you hear well the video?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Little tiny droplets of water that are found in our atmosphere. Clouds are formed when the sun hits any surface body of water, like the sea, a lake, or a river. This evaporates, and the hot air will gradually cause this evaporated water vapor to rise up within the atmosphere. As the air rises, it begins to cool, because typically we lose about 1 degree centigrade every 100 meters we gain in elevation. The water vapor begins to cool and then condenses onto tiny little particles floating in the air. These can be pollen, dust, or even pollution particles. These particles are called condensation nuclei, and they provide the surface for the water vapor to condense onto. When enough water vapor has condensed onto a surface of a particle, tiny cloud droplets are formed. Now these are typically very light, but because there are so many of them together, then in total they can weigh hundreds of tons. Clouds float because firstly, the particles are very widely spread, and secondly, because the warm air that is still rising underneath the clouds keeps them afloat. When a high concentration of cloud droplets condense onto the surface particles, this can then become very, very heavy, and heavy enough for it to fall as rain.
Members, I'll be pausing, and then I just want us to keep on learning what has been shown to us in the video. So far, the part we have covered, they are showing us how clouds are formed. They are showing us how clouds are formed, and they are showing us what are clouds. Before we continue, members, before we continue with the video, I want to ask you this: what are clouds? By show of hands, because I know when I show you many things, you will be taken over. What are clouds? Yes, Melody. Melody? Someone is making noise for us. Melody, what are clouds? Melody is not answering. Proceed. Proceed. Proceed, can you hear me? Yes, proceed. Proceed, what are clouds from what we have just watched from the video? Proceed's network maybe has a problem. Galaxy tab A. Galaxy? Is it a problem of network? What is it? Let me ask Desire. Desire Precious. Desire? Desire?
Yes, teacher.
Desire?
Yes, teacher.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
What are clouds?
Clouds are billions of tiny water droplets that forms in the rising up in the atmosphere. If clouds are made up of
Thank you. There is tiny water droplets in the air. That is her view. Yes, Avia. Avia, what are clouds? Avia? Avia. Maybe I again replay the video, because I want us, before we continue, I want us to first know what clouds are.
A typical cloud-related question that I hear all the time is, why are clouds white? Well, this is because clouds flow quickly, very particles, water vapor, and the hot air will gradually cause this evaporated water vapor to rise up within the atmosphere.
Guys, I want you to get the definition of clouds.
They are little tiny droplets of water that are found in our atmosphere, different types of clouds. So, although clouds look like they might be gas, they are in fact not. They are this evaporates, and the hot air will gradually cause this evaporated water vapor to rise up within the atmosphere. As the air rises, it begins to cool, because typically we lose about 1 degree centigrade every 100 meters we gain in elevation. The water vapor begins to cool and then condenses onto tiny little particles floating in the air. These can be pollen, dust, or even pollution particles. These particles are called condensation nuclei, and they provide the surface for the water vapor to condense onto. When enough water vapor has condensed onto a surface of a particle, tiny cloud droplets are formed. Now, these are typically very light, but because there are so many of them together, then in total they can weigh hundreds of tons. Clouds float because firstly, the particles are very widely spread, and secondly, because the warm air that is still rising underneath the clouds keeps them afloat. When a high concentration of cloud droplets condense onto the surface particles, this can then become very, very heavy, and heavy enough for it to fall as rain. A typical cloud-related question that I hear all the time is, why are clouds white? Well, this is because light hits the water droplets in all the colors of the rainbow. But the clouds then scatter this light, and to us, therefore, it appears like white light. Grey clouds, on the other hand, have this color because they are so thick with water droplets that sunlight cannot pass through them, giving them the grey, ominous-looking color. Now, if you look into the sky, you may see different types of clouds. However, these clouds fall into 3 main categories or types. Firstly, we have stratus clouds. These are spread out like blankets to cover most of the sky. They tend to have a uniform color, like a white or a grey, and typically there is little or no precipitation from this type of cloud. They are low clouds and typically sit below 2,000 meters in the atmosphere. The second type of cloud we have are cumulus clouds. These are the stereotypical clouds of the sky, and when you imagine clouds, you usually think of these. They normally form from fluffy individually shaped clouds with a flat bottom or base. These clouds also sit quite low in the atmosphere at about 2,000 meters, and they are the most common cloud type. They usually indicate clear weather, but on occasion can bring short showers of rain. Lastly, we have a type of cloud called cirrus. This actually comes from an old Latin word meaning curl of hair. These clouds form very high in the atmosphere, about 7,000 meters, and they are wispy white in color. They are so high in the atmosphere that they are made up of ice crystals, and the sunlight passes right through them, so they're normally quite hard to see. They usually indicate fair weather with no precipitation. When describing clouds, we often make a combination of cloud characteristics. And for example, if we add the word alto before 3 previously mentioned cloud types, we're indicating that this cloud is now found in the middle part of our atmosphere. For example, an Ultracumulus cloud we found around 3,000 meters and will typically be a bit smaller than the previous aforementioned Cumulus cloud. Another word we can include with clouds is the word Nimbus. This is attached to a cloud that produces rain, snow, hail, or sleet. For example, a cumulus nimbus is a large grey, flat-bottomed cloud that sits low in our atmosphere and from which you get large storms. Here are some other combinations we could have. Ultracumulus, which we've described before. Ultrastratus, which is a blanket-covering cloud found in the middle atmosphere. Cirrocumulus are very high up fluffy clouds that are very hard to see. Cirrostratus are very wispy high-lying clouds that cover the whole sky. And Stratocumulus, which are your typical winter clouds, which are low-lying and rolling. And as we've discussed before, the most typical combination of cloud name would include the word nimbus, or nimbo. Any cloud with the word nimbo, such as cumulonimbus, would be a rain cloud, and you will get some form of precipitation from it. Clouds play a very important role in the water cycle, and without them, it would be impossible. Water evaporates from all bodies of water, it rises and begins to cool, it reaches the dew point, and condenses onto particles, forming clouds. And then, when these particles join together and become too heavy, they form in the form of precipitation, such as rain or snow. This is then repeated and ensures that the water cycle continues. Looking at clouds makes it very possible for us to predict the weather. Such as cumulus clouds normally bring good weather, altostratus clouds means usually rain or snow, and nimbus stratus clouds tend to have quite a high chance of precipitation. I hope you found this video informative and you have learned a lot about clouds. Thank you very much for watching, and if you've enjoyed...
That is the video that I've prepared for you, and I'm sure it has given us a hint on the types of clouds. It has given us a hint on how clouds are formed, and in the concluding remarks, they also told us how clouds are important. Members, I want to see those people who have watched the video. Before we go to what I want you to do for me, I just want you to describe for me what you have seen. What have you seen from the video? Members, what have you seen? What have you heard from the video concerning clouds? Members, you put up your hand and you tell us what you have seen from the video. And as members are suggesting, I want you to get a book and you also note down. Maybe someone has seen what you have not seen or heard a new thing. Make sure you keep on noting down what other members will be telling us. So what have you watched from the video? Yes, Solomon. Solomon? Karan Solomon. Yes, Karanzi? Karanzi? Yes, Chirabo. Chirabo Elizabeth. Chirabo, what did you see?
I have learned. I have seen
Chirabo.
the definition of, yes, I've seen the definition of clouds, whereby clouds are billions of tiny water droplets that form in the sky all across the earth. Then I've seen
Yes.
how do clouds float.
Yes.
Clouds float by the water droplets that stay in the sky by the force of the created by the air rising up in the atmosphere.
Thank you.
Then I've again learned why are clouds white. Clouds
Yes.
are white because they appear white because light from the sun is actually white. Then the light that hits the water droplet, the light that hits the water droplets in the cloud and turns into all the colors of the rainbow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
teacher.
you, Chilabo.
You're welcome.
Chilabo has seen that, and I'm sure members have told you, you get a pen and note down what other friends of ours are telling us. Chilabo has told us what are clouds, how clouds are formed, and why some clouds are white. Thank you. Yes, today we are in the field and we are describing clouds. Yes, Appendi. Appendi. Appendi, Justin.
Yes, teacher. Well, I saw stratus clouds look like blankets. Yes. Can you hear me, teacher?
Yes.
Yes, I saw that stratus
Yes.
clouds
Very
look
much.
like blankets.
Stratus look
that
like
cover the
blankets.
sky. Yes, that cover the sky.
Yes.
Then I
Yes.
saw that cumulus clouds look like cotton balls in the sky.
Yes.
Then cirrus clouds. These types of clouds look like feathers in the sky.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Appendi. Appendi has described
Welcome.
3 types of clouds: Cirrus, stratus. So, other members, when someone mentioned something, you just put down what they have mentioned. Then we shall come to conclusion. Yes, Isaiah. Isaiah Opio. Opio.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have seen some clouds look gray because the water droplets stay in the sky by the force created by air rising up in the atmosphere.
Yes. Come again, Isaiah. Isaiah, what was your conclusion? That some clouds. Isaiah. Isaiah.
Yeah?
Isaiah, can
Yes.
you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
we want other members to learn from you. Yes. Can you repeat your answer?
Okay, let me say another. The light hits
Yes.
the water drop. The light hits the water droplets in a cloud
Yes.
and turns into all the colors of a rainbow. Then
The light hits. Yes.
the light hits the water droplets in a cloud and turns into all the colors of a rainbow.
Yes.
The colors scatter together to our
Yes.
eyes, and
Yes.
the clouds appear white.
And the clouds appear white. Thank you. Thank you, Isaiah. What else? You have another point?
Yes.
Yes.
If clouds are made up of billions of water droplets, they
Yes.
must be heavier. If clouds
They
are
must
made,
be heavier.
yes,
They become, yes?
heavy. They become heavy.
They become heavier, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, they become heavy. Then what happens when they become heavy? Isaiah.
Yes.
Isaiah is saying that they become heavy, then what happens? When clouds become heavy, Isaiah, what happens?
Yeah, I did not get that point.
Oh, thank you. Isaiah is telling us that clouds become heavy. Members, when clouds become heavy, what happens? what happens, because Isaiah did not get that point, I want someone to add on that. When clouds get heavy, what happens? Yes, Maya.
It threatens
Maya?
to rain.
It
threatens
rains.
to
When they become heavy, they fall in form of rain. Isn't it, Maya? When they become heavy, they fall in form of
rainfall.
Rain. Thank you. Yes. Okay. What else? Let me see other members. We have very many members and they have seen different points. Yes, Melody. Melody. Melody?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
I have seen that clouds that are in the air weigh hundreds of tons.
Yes.
And the highest cloud is the Cirrus cloud. And the Stratus cloud is the one that looks like a blanket.
And stratus clouds look like blankets. Thank you. In other words, when we talk about stratus clouds, these are clouds that are layered. They look like blankets in the air. Thank you, Melody. That is Melody's contribution. Yes, Rita. Rita, what did you say?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Isn't a Nimbus cloud a type of cloud?
It is a type of cloud. It is a type of cloud. And
Okay.
when we talk, yeah, it is a type of cloud.
Okay.
It is a type of cloud. It is.
Okay.
It is. Yes. Let me hear from Cedric. Cedric. Cedric.
Yes.
What did you watch?
That cumulus clouds
That brother of yours, Cedric.
No, it's not mine. Not mine.
It's not yours.
Yes.
There is someone who has a young brother and is making noise for us.
Deborah,
And we want to hear from Cedric.
Keep quiet, okay? Keep quiet. Keep quiet.
It's not keeping quiet, but you remove your mic. Yes, Cedric. Cedric, you tell us. Cedric?
Cumulus clouds are like
Yes, Cedric.
Cumulus clouds are like cotton. Cumulus clouds are like cotton balls in the sky.
Yes, Cedric is saying cumulus clouds are like cotton balls in the sky. Yes. What else? Is that all?
And also that cirrus clouds are the highest in the sky.
Exactly. Thank you. So he has described the height. Cirrus, they are the highest. Thank you. Let me hear from Timothy. Timothy Ayevare. Timothy? Timothy, what did you see?
I learned that clouds float due to the heat under them, due to the evaporation. When the sun hits the ground, the evaporation that rises up forces the clouds to remain floating.
When sun hits the ground, there is evaporation.
The evaporation, the water that rises, the heat from the water that rises forces the clouds to
it
float.
reaches a condensation level. Timothy. As it rises, it reaches a condensation what? Level. Then what happens? Yes?
It cools and forms the cloud. What I was trying to say was, when he was trying to tell us that why clouds float.
Yes.
He said that when the reason why clouds float is due to the heat that comes from the ground after evaporation. They force the clouds to remain up and float. That's what I was trying to mean.
Wow, thank you. Thank you,
Yes.
Timothy. Timothy told us that when there is heat that hits the ground, then air rises, it reaches condensation level and forms clouds. And he has told us that clouds float because of the heat from the ground. Thank you, Timothy. Thank you. We have a Singuire Frank. Frank is the last person to tell us about the video. Yes, Frank. Frank? Yes, Frank? The last person had given a chance to Frank, and then we go back to what we have seen. So Frank is not responding. Members, what we should know, clouds, as they have mentioned, we have Cirrus Clouds, we have Nimbus Clouds, we have Stratus, we have Cumulonimbus, we have all those different types of clouds as you have mentioned. So now I want you to describe the cloud cover that you have seen outside your press using the key that I'm going to provide on the screen. I want us now to describe. What we have seen from outside. I want us to use this key to describe the weather outside in as far as clouds are concerned. Part one is when you look outside and you don't find any clouds that you can see, then we say that it is clear. The clouds are clear. The weather is clear. The sky is clear. Are we together? If you cannot see any, that means you can see the circle and that shows it is clear. You cannot see any type of cloud. Then we have box number 2. How many people can see that box number 2? Can you see where my pointer is?
No, teacher.
Members?
Yes.
Can you see it? What does it show?
No.
How many can see? You can't see?
Yes,
Yeah.
teacher, we are not seeing anything. We are just seeing the 2 types of clouds.
Not the types of clouds, but I've put on the screen. Can you see the screen? What is on the screen?
Yeah, it's the other video you post, the one you posted.
Yeah, the video that you posted for us at first.
Okay. Let me remove. Now what is there?
We are seeing cloud. Key for cloud cover.
Yes, we have that key to describe the cloud cover. You know when you went outside, when people looked outside, some of them were telling us there are blue clouds, we have Nimbus clouds outside, we have all those clouds you are telling me. Now, I want us to use that key. I want us to use that key to describe the cloud cover outside. If you can see that key, what does the box number 1 show?
Clear.
If you are seeing that,
It shows clear.
Clear. That means if you look outside and you cannot see any cloud, then we say that the cloud cover is clear. Are we together?
Yes, teacher, we are together.
Are we together?
Yes.
Then two, when you look outside and you find some few clouds. Are we together? When there are some few clouds, we say, for example, they are less than 12% cloud cover. But the sky is not clear. When you can just see some cloud cover, then we say there are few clouds. When you go to number 3, when you look outside and you can see some scattered clouds, approximately 25% of the whole sky, approximately 25% of the cloud cover. Then we say the clouds are scattered. Are we together?
Yes.
Then when you go to number 4, I want you to look outside. Remember, as you look outside your place, say that half of the sky that you can see is covered by the clouds. For example, approximately 50%, or half of the sky is covered by clouds. We say it is partly cloudy. Yeah. Then when you look outside and you find that most of the sky, almost most of the sky is covered by clouds. For example, approximately what you can see outside, 75% is covered by clouds, then we can say that it is mostly cloudy. Now, if you go outside and you find that the whole sky that you can be able to see is wholly covered by clouds, we say that it is overcast. Yeah, overcast. When the whole sky that you can be able to see is covered by clouds, we say it is overcast. Good. We say it is overcast. Then when you look outside and you cannot see anything, you cannot see the sky, you cannot even see the next hill outside you, then we say that the sky is
obscured.
Members, are we together?
Excuse me, teacher.
I want you to tell me what is in your place now. Yeah, the sky is, yes. Yes, who is that?
Excuse me, teacher, I have a question.
Yes, who is that? Put up your hand.
It's Elizabeth.
Yes. Okay, what is your question, Elizabeth?
Okay, when on this number we have said the sky is obscured. Yes, teacher.
Yes.
When you have said that the sky is obscured.
Yes, I'm hearing. What is your question?
I've not understood. Does it mean the clouds are completely blue, white? Like I need that. Like what color can it be?
Not blue, but I'm saying when, for example, you go outside, that you cannot easily see the types of clouds up. The sky is like, it is obscured, it is covered. It can be either because of dust, it can either be because of too much rainfall, and you cannot easily see the types of clouds that are up. Then we say that the sky is obscured. Are we together?
Yes, teacher, I get you.
There is when at times when you go out and you cannot see the types of clouds. It can either be because of dust, it can either be because of too much rainfall, and therefore we say that the sky is obscured. You cannot see, you cannot tell the types of clouds. Are we together?
Yes, teacher.
Are we together?
Yes.
Yeah. Then this last one, when you look outside and you find that the sky cover is missing, the sky cover is missing, it is either covered by clouds, but you cannot see the sky cover. Then we use this symbol here. Are we together?
Yes.
We use this symbol, a circle and with an M. That means that the sky cover is missing. You cannot describe it. You cannot easily say that we have Nimbus clouds as you were telling me. For example, those people in the Ginger are telling me there's Nimbus cloud and reflected rain. So I want you to use this key. I want to use that key, and you try and you have, of course you can see all these that go.
Teacher, is teacher still there?
No, it seems she has gone. It seems the network is poor.
Okay. So should we also go?
By the way, what time is the lesson ending? I thought it was to end at
11:30. Doesn't it take 1 hour?
Yeah, but I said as if we have passed by 6 minutes. Something.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.